Hello everyone, welcome to BTT International and National Legal News. I'm Zahal.
And I'm Prabja. Today we will be discussing the most recent updates in the legal sphere.
Beginning with this week's international news headlines. The EU mulls consequences if Israel does not comply with ICJ ruling and stresses its commitment to upholding international law. Donald Trump found guilty in hush money trial. Ireland, Spain and Norway recognise Palestine as a formal state under international law. The WIPO has a conference to finalise international legal instrument on genetic resources. Garrigues partners with Microsoft to integrate AI into legal services. Live Nation faces antitrust lawsuit seeking $5 billion in damages. The first Telugu woman appointed as a judge in the US.
And here are the national legal news headlines. Lisa Wilson seeks compensation in defamation case. Victoria Police issue apology to survivors of stolen generation. Optus must disclose cyber attack report. Lawyers may not be obliged to disclose AI use. Monash IVF may have potentially breached the duty of care obligations. International legal news.
The EU considers consequences if Israel defies the International Court of Justice's ruling. It warned Israel to comply with the ruling to cease its military operations in Rafah or face potential sanctions. This comes amid heightened concern over humanitarian impacts, stressing the EU's commitment to upholding international law and its own credibility.
Donald Trump is found guilty of falsifying business records, a felony that could lead to a prison sentence. At the end of a 6-week trial, he was convicted on 34 felony counts, making him the first president to be convicted of a crime. He will be sentenced in July.
Ireland, Spain and Norway have jointly announced their formal recognition of Palestine as a sovereign state, highlighting the legal implications for international recognition and obligations under international law.
The World Intellectual Property Organization is holding a diplomatic conference to finalize an international legal instrument on genetic resources, aiming to enhance patent system transparency.
The Delhi High Court has resolved a long-standing issue related to Section 124 of the Trademark Act 1999, clarifying legal uncertainties and providing guidance on trademark infringement cases.
Spain's Garrigues and Microsoft AI Alliance. Spanish law firm Garrigues has formed an alliance with Microsoft to integrate AI technologies, aiming to enhance legal services through innovative AI tools.
Live Nation and Ticketmaster are faced with a new consumer antitrust class action lawsuit after the US government and state lawsuits aimed at breaking up the companies. The class action seeks $5 billion in damages, alleging Live Nation's monopoly control over the live events industry.
Jaya Bharika, born in Vijayawada, is the first Telugu woman appointed as a judge in the US. She was appointed as a judge to the Sacramento County Superior Court in California.
Now on to national legal news. TV presenter Lisa Wilkinson seeks $1.8 million in costs in Lerman defamation case. Mr. Lerman took Network 10 and Ms. Wilkinson to court for defamation over an interview in which Brittany Higgins alleged she had been raped at Parliament House.
The Victorian Police Commissioner issued an apology for the role in forcibly taking Indigenous children from their families in 19th-20th century, acknowledging their role in contributing to the stolen generation by the enforcement of policies and laws.
Optus fails to keep report into cyber attack out of class action. The Australian Federal Court has ruled that Optus will not be able to keep a report it commissioned a secret. Federal Court judge ruled against Optus's claim that the report and its contents were protected under legal professional privilege and that it was primarily commissioned to provide legal advice.
The Supreme Courts of Victoria and Queensland have issued guidelines on AI use in court. Lawyers and self-litigants must disclose AI use to the court and other parties to prevent misleading information. The guidelines emphasize AI's limitations, stating it cannot replace legal reasoning or decision-making.
A law firm has initiated a class action lawsuit against Monash IVF, one of Australia's leading fertility clinics, following claims that the clinic might have destroyed healthy embryos due to a faulty non-invasive genetic screening test. This concludes our coverage of the latest legal updates.
Thank you for joining us at the BTT News channel. Stay informed and stay tuned for further developments.